What's up, everybody? It's Kaero. Welcome back to the channel. We are back at it again, doing some more artificial intelligence generated cards and rating their power level. I've never seen any of these cards before. I did a video on this the other day and you guys liked it. I said I would do more if it got a good response, so here I am doing more. This is courtesy of Urzas.ai, which you can also use to generate cards. So let's jump right into it. Thank you for liking the video, commenting with your favorite card, and subscribing. Let's go. Let's forge a spell. First one, and we'll check it out. Some of the flavor texts on these are hilarious. This is Arrowwood. This is 1 white, 2 colorless for a bird soldier, 2/2 flying. When Arrowwood attacks, you may return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's a pretty good card. What's the flavor text? Once a soldier recognized as worthy of battle, Arrowwood is happy to fly again. And we're happy to have you back, Arrowwood. 3-drop 2/2 flyer. Then when it attacks, you just get to return a target creature card with a mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I'm going to give this like an 8. This is a great card. Maybe it's like a 9. It seems really broken. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, we have Stream of Wonders. 1 blue, 3 generic, scry 1. That's it. Pay 4 mana. It is an instant, thank God. So somebody attacks you with a bunch of creatures, and you're like, you know what? In response, I'm scrying 1 for 4 mana. What's the flavor text? Even those cards have only a single lipstick. How true. How true that is. Some cards only have single lipstick, and that is just unacceptable. This card is a 1 or a 0. So we went from like 8 to like 0. Let's check out another one. Mark of Yogma. Phyrexian Horror. 1 swamp, 4 generic for a 3/5 menace death touch. Okay, I mean, it's cool that it has menace. It has to be blocked by 2 creatures and it will kill both of them. It just seems like a overcosted sort of, I don't know. I'm going to give it like a 5. 3/5 menace death touch. It's not going to be doing a ton of damage, but it's 5 cost. Like, I guess it's a common, uncommon, right? I'll give it a 4. Sounds good to me. What's the flavor text? It's Hunting Curse lasts only so long as it can taste blood. Okay, it seems pretty like flavorful, and I like that they have Yogmoth in here in the AI. That's cool. Let's go on to the next one. Obnixilis, a zombie, blue, 1 blue, 4 generic for 3/3 flying. Whenever Obnixilis attacks, you may return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So Obnixilis already exists. Here we have a blue version, and it's not legendary. So you can have as many Obnixilises as you would like. 5-drop 3/3 flyer, return target creature, mana value 3 from your graveyard to your hand. So this is not as broken as the first white card with a 2/2 flying for 3 that goes straight to the battlefield. But it is a good thing to be able to just keep returning things to your hand from your graveyard. What's the flavor? Her spell would still make him tainted, but not as much. Still tainted, but not as much. Minor taint from her spell. Let's go with I think it's still good though. Like, it's a 6, right? Because like you're just recurring creatures back to your hand. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. If you disagree, if you like Obnixilis, give me a comment, give me a shout out on what you think the rating is. Bone Injections. 1 black, 1 generic for sorcery. Look at the art on that. That's gnarly. Bone Injections. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Draw 2 cards. Okay, so this is like along the lines of like a little bit worse Deadly Dispute for those standard players and people who have subscribed to the channel. Seeing some of the standard decks with Deadly Dispute in it right now. So like, it's black, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards for 2 mana. It's good. I think it's, 6, something like that. Flavor text, those within earshot heard the thunderous wail of it. So are we injecting substance into bone, or are we taking bones and injecting them into people? And either way, how are we drawing cards off of that? I guess because we're putting new bones in people. I'll leave that up to you to figure out. That's pretty awesome. Geist Flame, 1 red, 2 generic, 2 damage to target creature. So like shock is the standard here, right? 1 red for 2 damage to any target. What's the flavor text? Geist Blaze dreams of one moment. It may be set free when it reaches 1,000 thieves. Very vague, foreboding, but also like I don't know what that flavor text means. It dreams of the moment that it can be set free when it reaches 1,000 thieves. And it's important to know that it says Geist Blaze in the flavor, but Geist Flame in the title. So 3 mana for 2 damage target creature. I'm going to give it a 2. Only in limited would you play this card, and like there's better removal out there, right? So we're going to go 2 on Geist Flame. But the art's cool. Flames on like a cobbled street. Nice. Next up we have Hallowed Path of Illuna. 1 white, 2 generic. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control at instant speed. White. So like Urza's.ai like loves white apparently, because like this is super busted. 3 mana instant and white. Put a target creature from any graveyard into the battlefield under your control. Self-milling strategies with black. Mill out some stuff, black green, and then bring in for 3 mana one of your like 8 cost big boys. What's the flavor? The spirit sheen of her sacred shadow falls on her from the sky. Okay, seems kind of fitting. Hallowed Path of Illuna, nice. I'm gonna give that a 8, because thinking of all the possibilities of that you can reanimate things. Terrific, love it. Pathbreaker, 1 red, 2 generic, 2/2. It attacks each combat if able. Pathbreaker cannot be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Okay, but you're paying 3 to get it out. So let's say you go first, you play a land, they play a creature that's a 1/1, play a land, they play a creature that's a 2/2, then you play Pathbreaker. They can't block it with their 1/1 or their 2/2, that's true, but you're going to be swinging in on turn 4 for 2 damage. They're going to have something to block it. Not very good. It's a human rogue. Doesn't look very human to me, but I'm not judging. I'm not going to judge. Maybe this human had some unfortunate things happen. Even when we are unable to take it, we will not stop. No one can stop us. Like that flavor text. It's nice. I'm going to give Pathbreaker a 2. I don't think it's very good. However, I guess there are decks that you would like, if you're going against like White Weenie where they only have like 2 cost things and you put some counters or something on this and buff it up, okay. But there are creatures out there even in standard right now that cost like 2 or 3 and then are just unblockable by everything. So I'm gonna give it a 2 in honor of its 2/2. Let's go on to the next one. Blood Fountain. This card exists, it's black. This one is different because it's an artifact that can be played for colorless mana for 1. Tap it, sacrifice Blood Fountain, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So this is like an artifact version of a combat trick, or maybe I guess even something that could protect your creatures from damage-based removal. The thing about this is that I guess you play it early, then you have it on the field so you don't have to commit that mana to it, so your opponent never knows when it's going to happen. But they also know that it's going to happen at some point. So, I don't know. But the flavor text is amazing on this one. Those who must surely be. Let that sink in. Those who must surely be. That is like Marcus Aurelius level philosophy. I love that. I love it because it's so vague. And it's just like, yeah, of course. I'm going to give it I don't know. It cares about artifact synergies. I'm going to give it a 2. You can disagree with me in the comments if you like. I think it's a 2. I think it might even be a 1. I think you always would rather have a combat trick at instant speed. Portent of Calamari. 1 blue, 2 generic, 3/3 flash flying, already pretty good. When it enters the battlefield, scry 1, and it's an Eldrazi. So it's not a squid, it's an Eldrazi. And the flavor is the dead goblins carry their dead souls back to the underworld. Nice. Cryptic, dark, love it. Portent of Calamari, looks like a squid with like a lamp or something, and then possibly like a book next to it. So a 3-drop, 3/3 flash flying that lets you scry 1. Pretty good. Typically expect to pay like 4 for this, maybe even 5. I'm going to give it like a 6. I think this is a pretty good card. You can come in as a blocker. If they're hitting you with a flyer, you can also line up your next draw, and in blue, that's great. So I like it. I'm going to give it a 6. Portent of Calamari. Nice. And the last one, we're going to do Blood Orator. 1 black, 2 generic, 2/2 flying. When Blood Orator enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay, if you have a lot of life gain triggers or something like that, this could do some payoffs, but it's not going to be like magnificent by itself. 3-drop, 2/2 flying, basically, it's just like a filler in limited. I think it's like a 2. No, maybe it's like a 3, something like that. The flavor text is nice though, and I love that we're doing this card last as the last card and the best flavor text I think we've seen. Death will be yours. No one will miss you. This is the most goth flavor text ever. Threatening, dark, just like matter of fact saying that. It's super metal. Blood Orator, and I like that the art is like pretty vague. So like there's this weird thing in the upper right which is like looks like sort of like a demon's mouth or hand, and then other things in the shadow, and then the rest of it on the left side is just completely shadow. So like it's mysterious and it's threatening you basically. So that'll be the last one that we do. I hope that you all enjoyed the video. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you want more of these, I'm happy to do more because it's always a good time. Leave me a comment with your favorite, or if you disagree with a rating, or if you have like some sort of busted combo with one of these cards, let me know, because it's an interesting thought experiment. Please hit that like if you enjoyed the video and consider subscribing. We have MTG Arena gameplay in usually Mythic constructed best of 1. And thank you so much for 850 subscribers. Thanks again. Have a great day.